Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Wednesday the 11th of February. Good morning. Well, what we've got in store today, we've got non-farm payrolls is the answer to that one. Yesterday's data came in quite disappointing here. Flat, completely flat there. Expected at 0.3 came in at 0, etc. The core retail sales, not good for the economy at all. Particularly at this time of year, because you're looking back at January's data, are we, or are we looking back further? 27, so 27 days. So yeah, so okay, looking back further. Right, so not good figures anyway coming through there. Still delayed. It did have a minor effect onto the markets there, but there is concerns that rate cuts will come in. Bigger rate cuts. The term slashed is probably overused somewhat. Anyway, let's look at the key figures today. Is the unemployment data. Now this is more recent. It's only, is it 5 days? 5 days delayed. So we should get a bit more volatility kicking around on this at 1:30. So just be aware. Okay, let's have a look at the markets then. Starting off looking at the euro dollar. So I just trod ahead a little bit there. So euro dollar still looking at a 4-hourly basis. Just look at it from a daily basis. You can see the consolidation there, and it's just consolidating where it is at the moment. It's in quite a tight range. This week's pivots are pinched anyway, as you can see, very tight together there. Really not doing a great deal there. And if you come down to the 60-minute time frame, you can see quite a mess. It's just chopping along at the moment. So chopping. What's the potential if we was to see? It's amazing that it's so slow when other markets are flying along, and it may be just the euro's the second weakest effectively. Anyway, a break above that little R2 figure, maybe we'll get something more, but I just really don't like it at the moment. It hasn't got any oomph in there. The pound, there's other things that have got more oomph, and let's go looking for the oomph, eh? Right, so the pound, it was an off day yesterday. It just sort of just carried on drifting off. It's still got this sort of little ugly bull flag sort of pattern there. Not looking wonderful at all there. Hourly wise, just again, not for me. Right, US dollar. I say not for me. If it was to break that, I'll go back to it now. Actually, there is a potential on the downside, and if we start breaking down further in this area here, we've already put a lower high in just about. A further breakdown here may see it coming off some more, but I think with the what I'm looking at really in summary between the euro and the pound, they're not moving the same sort of way as we're seeing the pairs like the yen pairs, CAD pairs, so they're probably best more avoided. Eventually, of course, they'll go. Talking of the yen pairs, let's go to the yen pair and we'll look at the yen. Yen continuing to strengthen against the dollar here. The dollar continues to weaken against the yen, whichever way you want to look at it. But the weakness is there for sure from the dollar's perspective. It's gone down quite nicely this week. Small opportunities coming through. Yesterday it finally broke the S1, which would have been a potential trade 1 o'clock-ish. It's the time when the markets are starting to pick up a little bit there, plus with the news coming out that would have aided some action. Well, it's gone today. Maybe on a retrace we'll get some more downside, but I'd like to see a little bit more of a retrace personally to get into some sort of resistance, even if it was just the underside of the S1 here. Australian dollar, it's certainly outperforming the European currencies here still. It's already flying along. It's broken out of this prior resistance level from its R. This is its quarterly R3. I mean, it's really pushed. There's been some power in this last couple of month and a bit so far this year. It's been pushing. Yesterday though, really you sort of look back thinking I should have got in there. Well, there wasn't really an opportunity, was there? And today, well, we'll see. There may not be an opportunity. It's unfortunate. Well, there may be opportunities more so if you're over in Asia, Australasia. You could trade these much easier. It did go the day before on Monday. There, it did take the break there during the morning. Off it went, but yesterday, a really quiet market, and waiting for non-farm payrolls coming today. We could see much of the same. I'm still short on this US dollar CAD. Hit 2 is well, it's coming down to near the sort of target areas I had on it. I'm up about 88, 89 pips on it or so now, nearly 90. It's slow. Don't get carried away by the number of pips, by the way. It's just I was just looking to see where it was relative to the stop. It's more than 1 to 1. it's in the money zone, but I need it to. I say need it. Would like to see it running further down. I shall leave it for now. Bigger time frames. It's just come right the way out here. Yeah, the sort of the key support area may come down here at about 134.20. I'm not looking for all of that necessarily, but if it was to start moving a bit more, another 50, 100 pips would be quite nice. We have got support potentially coming in nearer on the weekly S3 there and those prior lows, so I'll watch that carefully. I will set an alarm for that and see what the price action is doing there. It really depends on farms. I'm in the money enough to just let it ride it and see if I can get something more out of it. Anyway, that's still rolling, hopefully. Don't know why I'm looking at the next market. Let's move on quickly to if you're not looking at the dollar yen and looking for other opportunities, euro yen is offering. It's got New Zealand dollar. Let's have a look at the euro yen. I'm not interested in the New Zealand at the moment. Prefer just trade the Aussie. So this is coming off strongly yesterday. I mean, it pushed through. I got alerts in the afternoon there. It's just started the morning here with a nice pivot swing triggered, and off it went, and then carried on. We said a continuation. It's gone this morning. It's again now. It's a case of a bit of a waiting game. I said we'll watch it, but might just not be there. The other euro pair that got my eye on, but it's not ready for us at the moment, is this euro Aussie. It's been continuing to run to the downside, but it just might have run out of steam a little bit into its S3 there this morning, so maybe that's off for now. Okay, anyway, there's the majors. If you want me to look at any others, I will do so, but for now I'm just going to flick down here and look. I'm going to look at silver first. And as you can see, I'm not going to get too much detail, but silver, yeah, it a disappointing day yesterday. I was hoping it was going to come up a little bit more, but I'm not in the market as such. I've got some physical silver. I was thinking of selling back here somewhere, so and I got a bit disappointed when it had this little retrace here, but it's all right. It's ticking along, but it's gone a bit flat, really, hasn't it? Gold's, I mean, it's up 4% today. It's not that flat, by the way. Gold's only up about 0.6 here, but it's looking better on its dailies here, drifting up. As I said, and just if you're wondering what this is, just a regression channel. Just looking at where the trend mainly is, ignoring for the big noise that was sat there in the middle here, but this is looking like it could push on forwards. If you're into gold, so there's the scope. It's been very flat the last 2 2 and a bit days, isn't it? Really a little attempt up here, but it's going the right sort of direction. We could see this impact being impacted by non-farm payrolls, so just be aware of that later. Right, equity markets. I'll come back to look at oil in a moment. God, these are boring, aren't they? Look at them. Consolidating around these highs here. Still a bit fragile. Very iffy for the S&Ps. Not really liking it too much. It's just, you just get caught up in these little sort of moves. If it's not pulling off quite sharply and getting a decent retracement, this sort of action here is just too slow and flat. Again, probably waiting for non-farms. But there is the expectation that rates would be cut, which would be, and if the non-farm payrolls are particularly bad, we could see this taking a bit of a rally. But there is an impact when non-farm payrolls are flat to the economy, so you've got to be a bit careful on that. FTSE really isn't a great deal here this morning, is there? Chopping at the moment. To me, it's just getting into a bit of a tighter range. Just don't like the price action here. It might start breaking up, but it's quite ugly. We'll see how it develops this morning, but to me, it's too ugly to be doing anything. The DAX is my go-to for short side of things, but looking the prettiest either. In fact, at the moment it's hanging up there. Still got an untouched weekly pivot below here. Flattish overall though. Here we go. It's just kicking in, just turning off. Not really interested. There's too much of this morning. If anything, I'd be looking for the bullish side if we did get a move for now anyway. Sitting around those highs there. Yep, we're having a bit of a morning open correction, perhaps. It's quite ugly on the dailies though. Western Texas, just a quick look at that. It's still in this massive chop that's just continuing. Really, it's ugly. Best avoided. Right, I'll leave you there. So there's lots of things to avoid really, and for those that think, well, you don't do a lot of trades, well, no, not when the market's like this and you can't get the trades. But there were trades available yesterday in the afternoon. The yen pushed down, as I've already shown. There's opportunities. It's just waiting for them patiently. Right, I will leave you on that patience notice. Have a good day. Wish you all the best. Take care. Bye for now. Catch you in the morning.